Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my craft room. My name is Daryl Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreative.com. Today is Saturday, August 24th, and I am here to share some creative fun with you. So welcome into my craft room. Welcome. So I will chat for just a moment here. I had a little bit of a scare this morning again with the connection, but it looks like everything is. So let's go ahead. I'll chat for just a second here. We're just a couple, maybe a minute or two late getting started. So welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm super excited to meet you. And if you have been here many times, my heart is boiling over that you're here with me today. So thank you. When you come in, don't forget to say hello. I love to chat with me all throughout the live video. And if I don't see your comment right away, which I have a couple of devices hooked up, so I'm really trying hard to see you while we're creating, but sometimes I get busy creating. If I miss your comments, I will still chat with you after the live, so please feel free to. It's one of my favorite parts of live. Hi Marie, hi Beth, hi Julie, good morning on this crafty Saturday morning. By the way, did you bring your drink? I'm all coffeeed up and ready to go. So the other thing is, don't forget to let me know whether you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. That's helpful. And it is helpful if you like what we're creating today and you want to share it. That I would love that too. That helps me as well. So thank you for that. All right, well, let's go ahead and get the camera turned down. I'll tell you my announcement. There's only one, and it's the same as last week. And then we'll talk about what we're going to be using today. I'm so happy to see you. Good morning, Julie. Good morning. Oh, tighten that up a bit. Okay, here we go. All right, I think I will need to do a little bit of adjusting. Let's move over just a bit. Here we go. Okay, so again, thank you so much for being here and allowing me into your space to create with you. Today we have something that is a little bit different. We have done something like this at least once in the past, but I hope you're inspired by it. I think it's super cute and super fun. The announcement that I have today is continuing until the end of the month, so August 31st. We have the Designer Series paper sale that is going on, so there's still time. All of these papers. So let me just point out that it's not every Designer Series paper that we have. There are some others that we have that are not on sale. But the ones that you see here, which are, I think, mainly from the main annual catalog, are all discounted at 15%. So there's still time to take advantage of that, as today is only August 24th. So there's still time to shop. And then I just wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Good morning, Jean. Good morning, Polly. I wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. We do have our mini catalog coming up. It goes live next month in September, so you will be able to shop from this publication. I can't show you the inside of it right now, but just know that there's goodness coming your way. Goodness. Good morning, Polly. All right, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to be using in terms of creating today. Boy, my mat is getting plenty used up. I got ink on it of some sort, and let me tell you, it does not come out. I put everything on it short of bleach. All right, so we're using an online exclusive this morning. It is called the Scenic Pumpkin Patch. and at least one other time. I'm a fan of Scenic stamp sets. I like that you can place the elements wherever it suits you and create an entire scene. It's one of my favorite things to do. So this is the Scenic Pumpkin Patch. It is an online exclusive, I believe, so you can find it in my online store. By the way, there will be a link in the description above if you want to go look at it, or look at any other offerings that we have. But we're going to be using this today, so we're going to have fun. And I'm not even sure what I'm doing. I'm kind of sure of the layout, but I have brought lots of stamps with me. I have Pool Party and Pumpkin Pie, Old Olive, Crumb Cake, Crushed Curry, and Early Espresso. Does that make you curious? All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I have my busy box here. There are things that I didn't cut ahead of time. One is our card base. Let's get that out here. So I'm going to use Pumpkin Pie, I think, for the card base, and then we'll give it an Early Espresso matte, and then we'll stamp on basic white, so we'll need to cut those. And I do have a Crumb Cake die cut. I can't remember which set this is from. In fact, in looking at it, I forgot to take a peek to see what the name of it is, and just to make sure that it's current. I'm almost positive that it is, because if you want it, I want you to have it. Oh, let's see. I thought it was towards the back. I was going to show you the stamp, or I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the other dies that we have here. Oh, good morning, Marie. Good morning, Ellie. Or Ellen, I'm sorry. The Pumpkin Pie and the Crushed Curry. Marie, you are so right. So if you need to know the name of the dies, I will find out for you. Here's the one that I used. And I just grabbed it based on needs, so I didn't do any double checking ahead of time. And then in terms of a sentiment, there is not a sentiment, if you didn't notice, with the die or with the stamp set that we're using. Let me bring it back in so we can talk a little bit about it. However, the sentiment that I'm going to be using is likely this Grateful, and this is from the Iconic Imagery. This is also an online exclusive. Good morning, Beth. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm excited that you're here to create this morning, and I hope that you have some intrigue and are curious about the Scenic Pumpkin Patch, because that's what we're using. And like I said, this is an online exclusive. We will be seeing this coming up. You can see that there are fall and Christmas things there, and actually some hearts there too. So maybe this is, no, oh yeah, this is love. So I don't know, maybe it's intended to go into Valentine's Day even. So that's where our sentiment is going to come from. But when we take a closer look at the stamp set, you can see that there are, you see the flying birds. There are pumpkins in various sizes. There's a single one, and then the groupings. So we're going to be using the groupings. I think we'll use the birds. I'm not sure which ones. This is a cloud. We may use that as well. We're going to use the fence. I think we're going to use everything except for the grass. I did play a little with the grass, and it's a little bit tricky. And there's a little cottage there. You see that? Cute, 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 right? All right. So let's get started. Yeah, like I said, the grass is a little tricky. That's how I ended up bringing out the Old Olive. I thought I would stamp a grassy knoll, but alas, it was not to be so this morning. All right, for those of you who are new to card making, to create a card base, you can cut the card, your cardstock. It's 8.5 by 11. You can cut it two ways. You can cut it lengthwise, so you would cut it at 4 1/4 if you want a rooftop sort of a fold. I think they're both rooftop. I don't know what to call them. And I've been doing this for about 11, 12 years now. Okay. And then the other way that you could cut it is at 5 1/2. So essentially we're cutting it in half, either widthwise or lengthwise. We're gonna go ahead with a standard A4 card, and I am going to cut it at 5 1/2. So now I have two pieces. This will make two cards. They're both 8.5 by 5 1/2. We only need one, so we'll put the other aside. And then we'll turn it and score it at 4 1/4. And that will give us our card base. All right, and we'll just go ahead and fold it. And I'm not confident that I know what I did with my bone folder. I had been, oh here, thank goodness I have one. I'd been traveling and I took my crafting supplies, at least a bag full with me. And I have one yet to unpack, which is the craft bag. All right, and then our basic white layer is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. And the reason that I'm making it 3 3/4 by 5 is because we have the early espresso mat that's going to come between the two mats, or between the card base and the mat that we're going to be stamping on. All right, we'll put that aside, and I think we're done cutting. So let's go ahead and we'll put our trimmer away. So let's burnish the card base, and I'll show you how they layer, so you can get a visual. So our card will open as a book fold. We'll add this first layer, and then the basic white we're going to do all of our stamping on. So we'll add it as the final layer aside from our sentiment. So we're kind of casing the catalog, let me tell you that as well. Or we're casing an example from Stampin' Up. One of my favorite things about Stampin' Up, aside from the color, they do color fantastically. Good morning, Jamie. It would be the examples. So they kind of make it easy for you. They give you lots and lots of ideas. All right, so let's get started stamping. We have a little bit of stamping to do, you guys. This is much more stamping than we normally do. And then we'll just talk about why we're doing what we're doing. Let's get our stamp set here. Okay. We're gonna start by stamping trees in the background. So remember, this is a scene. We're going to stamp trees in the background. And in the stamp set, there's this little cluster of trees. So we're gonna grab that out. So remember, you guys, we're doing this together. I didn't actually get the opportunity to really play with the stamp set before I came to you this morning. I did want to see how the grass stamped, so I played along with that a little bit. But I wasn't too confident, so I put it away. So we have crumb cake here, and we're going to stamp the base of the trees, well, the trees themselves with crumb cake. And I'm going towards the top of the mat here. Let's go down a little bit, and then we'll put another one here, and then let's put another one here. Okay, now I have stamp on my, or ink on my fingertips. Darn it, let's get a diaper wipe. I might as well get that going. I know I'm gonna need it. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is give the trees some leaves. That's not going back together. Like my fingertips here. We're gonna give the trees some leaves, and in the stamp set, so there are a lot of little working pieces. That's why I wanna kind of point them out to you. So if you get the stamp set, you'll at least have a little bit of an idea. This is the leaf cluster, or the leaves of the tree, so that you can stamp each individual tree, which we're gonna do. We're gonna grab that out. Actually, I think I already have it out. It is ready to go. It's on that grass that we're not gonna use. And to be honest, it's kind of hard for me to tell the top from the bottom, but if you look closely, let's see how close I can bring this to you. Can you see that at the top here, there, it's kind of scallop, and at the bottom a little less so. So that's kind of how you'll be able to determine the top from the bottom. Let's see if you can see there. All right, and we're gonna make our trees a little bit interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in that crushed curry. We can put away the crumb cake for now. It's already attacking my fingers, so let's put him in a timeout so he can learn how to behave. All right, we're gonna start with the crushed curry, and I think let's do some old olive. So we're gonna start with the lighter color first, and I wanna stamp off. Maybe not. Let's go ahead. So I'm hovering the stamp right over the tree, and then just stamping down. And since we have a trio, I'm not sure that we'll make them all the same. However, so this looks pretty orange for crushed curry, doesn't it? One of my favorite colors, but it looks pretty orange. So let's do old olive. I should have thought about a red. We see red leaves in the fall too, don't we? This is a fall scene, by the way, because pumpkins happen in the fall. All right, so crumb cake, or I'm sorry, old olive, and I am gonna stamp off with that one. I don't think I want it super dark. So can you see how dark it stamped even when I stamped off? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna take away some of the intensity. So I'll stamp off here and stamp off again. Let's put this one in the middle. And let's see, we'll just stick with those two. I don't want to have too many colors. Oh, but it's cute. All right, there are our trees. This is the beginning of the scene that we're building. I don't think we need another small stamp, but this is what we have so far. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Aren't those trees cute? They're super cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, I wanna point out to you that there are 3 sizes for the pumpkins. So we have this cluster, which is actually kind of small. You're gonna see in a moment. Thank you, Marie. I do. It just reminds me so much that fall is coming. We have these smaller pumpkins in a cluster, and then we have the mid-sized ones in a cluster, and then we have the larger ones. So we're gonna start with the lightest color and the smallest ones because they're furthest away in the scene. Good morning, Julie. Yes, oh, yes, the trees are so cute, aren't they? Super, super cute. So let me show you how small those tiny pumpkins are. Also, I'm doing the same thing with the pumpkins that I did with the tree and the tree topper. I'm kind of going by the way that the pumpkins attach to the case, and then I'm gonna put them on the block like that. That gives me the best idea about orientation, if that makes sense. And then we're gonna start with the lightest color. I think that we're gonna do these in crushed curry. I think we'll go crushed curry, maybe pool party. Do you guys ever see the aqua looking gourds? We're gonna try that. I'm not so sure how it will come out, but we're gonna try it. But let's go ahead and start with the crushed curry, and maybe we'll stamp off. Let's see. I don't want it to be too deep with color, but we do need to see the colors. No, I don't think we'll stamp off. We're just gonna put some pumpkins in the background there near the trees. So I'm gonna start just by going across. And we'll give it 3 little clusters. There we go. And then let's go ahead and add our medium-sized pumpkins in the middle there. So let's see, I think I'll go ahead and let's try the pool party. I think that will be interesting. Let's see what happens. I'm not so sure, but we're gonna figure out in a second here. All right, so we have pool party. Once again, I'm gonna stamp off to see if maybe we need, oh, I like it. I love it. I wonder if we put them in the foreground. Yeah, maybe let's try that. Let's see. Let's grab the largest. We'll try stamping in pumpkin pie, and then our final ones will make pool party. All right, so I'm gonna ink up the medium size, and we're gonna go full strength with the pumpkin pie. And I'm gonna start by, you know, imagining that this is a pumpkin patch. We need pumpkins all over the place. So let's put, oh, that's pretty intense for our color, isn't it? But we're just going to fill our space with pumpkins here. Let's, do we want to overlap? Maybe I'll overlap just a little bit. Oh yeah, I like the overlap. Well, we need room. We need room for the bluish green gourds. But I'm just kind of filling in, if you can see. Stamping off a little bit. Oh, I like it. Okay, let's see what you guys think. Good morning, Michelle. Is that looking like a pumpkin patch yet? Super, super cute. I like it. All right, and so the last thing that we have to do is come in with our final color of gourds. It's going to be competing some. That pumpkin pie is a little bit intense, and I didn't necessarily count on that. I didn't know what I was going to do actually, but I do like it. All right, so I'm doing the same thing and kind of matching up for orientation, because let me show you. Can you see how they kind of look? Thank you, Polly. They look alike on the top and the bottom, but you can kind of see that the bottom is a little more flat here, I think. And there's a little more texture to the top. All right, so here we go. We're gonna stamp, and I think I'm gonna have to go full color with with the pool party because that pumpkin pie is pretty intense. Oh, but I love it. I love it. That seems like enough. Thank you, Polly. I think that seems like enough. What do you guys think? Maybe we can go off the side here. All right, I promised you guys that we were, thank you, Marie. I promised we had a lot more stamping than we usually do, but it's fun. Scenic stamping is fun to me. It's one of my favorite things. I think I probably have every Scenic stamp set that Stampin' Up! Has made, at least since I've become a demonstrator. Well, most, I won't say all. They're in my stash that I won't get rid of because I just like it. All right, so now we have to give all of these little gourds some detail. And in the stamp set, there are some little, I guess, pumpkin tops. Stems, there we go. So they're stems. They're the little, I don't know, the little star looking part of the stem, and then some actual stems without, or that aren't so big. And let's see, it looks like maybe they are in clusters. So let's start out with the largest, and we're going to use Old Olive, and maybe we won't give them all stems, but I'm just going to kind of hover over and put the stems on the top. And I'll show you up close in a second when we're done stamping. There we go. Oh, it's cute. You see the little stem tops? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Marie. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's take a closer look. Oh, you know, there is also, there are some vines there. I wonder if we could add a couple of vines, maybe. Let's do it. Very cute. All right, and then we need to give some stems to a few of our smaller ones as well. And it's hard to tell, they're very small. They're very small, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I'm gonna do the same thing that I did. I'm gonna kind of rely on the stamp itself. Let's see, for placement. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm not too confident. Let's see. This is really skinny, so it's kind of bendy. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna give a couple of stems or a few to our smaller gourds. Let's give some to these. Let's see. Oh, I see, there's a dip in the middle. Oh, one more. There we go. Oh no. We're definitely gonna have to give some clouds. I just added Old Olive where I didn't need it to be. All right, so let's get some clouds and birds. So the cloud is here. Good morning, Patty. Oh, thank you, Ellen. The stems, they actually make it pop, don't they? It gives character. Not so much in my boo-boo here, but let's go ahead and see if we can deflect a bit using the pool party and some clouds. Let's see if we can cover our boo-boo with clouds. Very good. We have clouds in the trees. That's okay though. All right, and then finally we need to add a fence. And here's the fence, so let's pull that off and get it mounted. Let's see. The reason that, let me tell you, this is a learning situation. The reason that I got the extra line of ink where I didn't want it to be is because the block that I used was too large for the stamp. That stamp was really small. And when that happens, it's easy, when you're stamping, it's easy to kind of rock your block. And if there's ink anywhere other than on the stamp, it will end up on your work. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. So let that just be a little learning lesson. But I think it's not too bad. It kind of looks like it's a part of the clouds. Yes? All right, we were gonna put some birds in the sky too, but let's go ahead and add our fence along the bottom. And we're gonna do that with Early Espresso. So let's grab that out. This is the time that I use a lot of ink colors on one project, is with the scene related. Thank you, Julie. Because in scenery, you know, there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening in the scene. All right, so let me tell you about this fence too. If you look at it, one side of the fence, the post is very short, and on the other side of the fence, the post is longer. So that, or this part with the longer post, that is the part that goes into the ground. So we're just going to, let's see, let's do a little practice run here. Perfecto. All right, let's add our fence. So I'm inking with Early Espresso. You guys notice that I'm using my Stampin' Pierce mat today also, because of all of the little tiny spots in the detail in the pumpkin. I wanted to make sure that we got the best impression that we could get. So I'm gonna put the fence right over top of, I'm kind of hanging off the side a little bit. There we go. And then we're gonna stamp the other side by lining that post up to the open area. Keeping in mind that the longer part of the post goes towards the bottom. Phew, that was a marathon, right? Guess what? I think we're done stamping. No, we wanted birds in the sky. I don't think we're gonna give the sky any birds because this is pretty darn busy. I think also with the clouds, we have a lot going on there, so we'll save the birds for another time. All right, so the only thing we have left to stamp is our sentiment, and then we can assemble. So I'll set that aside for a moment, and then remember we were using the iconic imagery, and we're going to stamp that grateful. We're going to nab that grateful. So let's find that and pull it out. And here it is. You know what? The good part about the Grateful, I know which orientation to stamp it. There's no guessing. All right. Let's go ahead and get this mounted on the block. And I guess I'm going to go right in the center. Yeah, let's go right in the center. And we have our early espresso. Gonna stamp the Grateful right in the center of our mat. Hoping that we got it stamped on there good. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's nice. Isn't that font nice? Very, very. I'm being a good stamper today too. I've been cleaning my stamps. Did you guys notice that? I usually don't clean them. I'm so terrible. I'm not telling you that because I want you to do that. Don't be like me. Clean your stamps. Oh. All right, let's go ahead and get some assembly done. Now I have linen thread. And so before we attach, let's grab some Seal Plus. We're gonna need some Stampin' Dimensionals too. I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see where I want my sentiment. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the linen thread a couple of times around. Here we go. And you guys get to see me attempt to tie a bow with nails. Not one of my favorite things to do. I like to tell you guys my favorite things to do and my not so favorite things to do. Tying a bow with nails is, yeah, it's not high on my list at all. All right, let's see how good we can do. Maybe I'll tie a knot in that way the rest of the thread can't run away from me, because sometimes it likes to run away. This time I'm gonna try to make sure that it can't run away on me. All right, tighten up there, just tighten here, and do a wrap around. You guys, do you ever think how when you watch other people tie bows, tie their shoes, it doesn't seem to be the way that you do it? And it's so strange. I'm always curious about it. I have seen people take the ribbon and put it in 2 loops and tie the 2 loops together. You would think that that's simple, but I can't, I don't know. My fingers are not coordinated enough to do that. However, did you see how I tied that bow? It looks very complicated, right? But that's the way I guess I learned. All right, let's get that tight. Chop a little bit more off of the end here. And then we can get this mounted. So let's go ahead and mount our stamped. We don't need the Stampin' Pierce mat anymore either. Let's get rid of that for now. And let's go ahead and adhere these 2 pieces together, which I am loving the Early Espresso mat. I'm glad I made that choice. I'll add some Stampin' Seal Plus. And we'll adhere this right down. I'm not going to, because this is rustic scenery, I didn't think it would look the greatest with embellishment. So the embellishment is the twine. Besides which, there's such busyness going on in the background. All right, and then let's go ahead and add a little adhesive here, and we'll mount this right to our card front. There we go. Oh, you guys, I love it. Now I want to go to the pumpkin patch. So here's what we have. Cute, no? Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. All right. The last thing we need to do is add our embellishment. And actually our sentiment. And we probably could get away with an embellishment. That's what I was going to say. I want to slide this linen thread down just a bit because I want to see those pumpkin pie pumpkins. And then we'll add our sentiment here so we can see all of our pumpkins. How about that, pumpkin? All right. Thank you, Marie. Thank you so much. I love it too. I love it. It gets me in the fall mood. All right, let's go ahead and add a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals to the reverse side. I don't know if I told you guys before, but whenever I have ribbon or thread twine on a card and I'm putting an element over it, I try to leave the center part of it open. This is so skinny, I don't think it's going to work as well, but that's okay because the linen thread is thin as well, so I don't think it will create a problem. But if at all possible, I try to avoid putting the dimensionals on top of the ribbon or twine, especially if it's a card that they have to untie to open. All right, let's stick this right down, arrange our lovely bow, and there we have it. There we go. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Polly. Thank you so much. Isn't it a lovely scene? It makes me want to jump in there. I always think that, like, I want to go wherever this is. And it didn't even work too bad with the boo-boo that we made. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. All right, so let's talk again about what we used. We used quite a few colors here. So, but fall is colorful, right? And I'm glad that I was daring enough to try the pumpkins in that pool party because I think that is phenomenal. Let's do a little housekeeping. We used the Scenic pumpkin patch. So again, this is an online exclusive. You can see it in the online shop, but it's only online, so it's not in a publication. And it's Scenic, so you don't need any dies, right? But you could do a little fussy cutting. I considered it, and I'll continue to play. We'll likely see this stamp set show up again before the time is gone. I love fall. And then we used quite a few ink colors: Pumpkin Pie, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Old Olive, Crushed Curry, and of course the Pool Party, because we gave our gourds different colors. And finally, we used the linen thread. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Yes, Marie, agree. It puts you in the mood for the season, right? And finally, don't forget that Designer Series paper sale is going on through August 31st. So 15% off of all of these lovely papers, which I've got to restock on some as well. But 15% off. And then we do have just around the corner, you'll be able to do some holiday browsing from our mini catalog. I think it's September 4th, you'll be able to see inside there. So, all right, let's go ahead, turn up the camera so we can get started with the rest of our weekend. Hey, I did a whole lot of chatting there. I don't think I did very much sipping. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me into your space this morning. Time, our most precious commodity, right? And you spent yours with me, and I'm forever grateful for that. So thank you guys so much for being here. Have a fantastic weekend full of sunshine. It's very nice here in the Midwest in Lansing, Michigan, but full of sunshine, full of crafting, and full of coffee. Take care, you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.